What is up, guys? Kevin Cage here with another XRP update. I hope you watch all of this one with some really good nuggets, and let's dive in to kick things off. I do want to discuss Mojaloop. So as we can see right here, guys, this is what I was referencing. Mojaloop. Moja is Swahili for one loop. This is the foundation. Now they're pleased to announce the MAS, the Monetary Authority of Singapore. This is Singapore's central bank, is a new sponsor level member of the Mojaloop Foundation to advance financial inclusion. Mojaloop is all about interoperability, connecting all of these ledgers, and sometimes even using DLT in some cases. Now, protocols like Interledger Protocol, ILP, created by Ripple, are also leveraged by Mojaloop, which is very interesting. And now we have, and just like Singapore's central bank, is MAS, just think SAMA, S-A-M-A, is the Saudi Arabian Monetary Authority. These are just the central banks of these countries. And look, the man, the myth, the legend that we discuss, Konstantin or Kosta Peric. As you can see, he's part of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and Mojaloop in this level 1 project. This gentleman, single-handedly, well, I don't want to say single-handedly, but he's known to be the one that architected SwiftNet. You may have heard of Swift, that sends $5 trillion per day. No big deal. And we even have Santiago Velez, the absolute genius that has such a great understanding of XRP, Q&T, Ethereum, and he had a wonderful interview with Real Vision Finance, one of the biggest channels on YouTube discussing finance. And he's asking for, potentially an interview to discuss. If you can retweet this, I wanted to retweet it to show some love. Please do so, guys. You can follow him right here if you want to check his page out. Absolute genius. So well spoken in the space. So just wanted to show some support any way I can. Okay? So we've already talked about Interledger Foundation. And guess what? Kosta, the guy who literally created SwiftNet and architected it. Oh, he's on Interledger's foundation as well. That was created in, keep in mind, ILP is created by Ripple. Mic drop. All right. Next, we have Bank XRP. So great to see Bank of America on the top of Ripple customers page in the top left right here when you refresh the page. I know everybody knows this, and a lot of newcomers get really excited when they see that Bank of America is a Ripple partner. This is no surprise. We've known this for several years. I mean, there's always been pieces of news for the past 3-4 years that come out, but we always act like it's brand new news. Typically, they're most likely using Xcurrent. We want them to start using ODL. That is what we're here for. So all good and great. And of course, you can go to their page. You can refresh it, ripple.com/customers, and just look in the top left, Bank of America. You got American Express, Trianglo, Santander. So a few big players. And overall, Bank of America, guys, was a founding member of the Global Payment Steering Group, which is essentially RippleNet today. So no surprise, just wanted to share that. All right. Next, we have Harry, the cool twin, and this is international news. Listen up, HSBC, this is also a RippleNet partner, but they are one of the 3 banks that essentially holds this monopoly over the transaction banking, which also includes JP Morgan and Citi. They said they will withdraw from U.S. mass market retail banking by selling some parts of its business and winding down others. Now, this is shared by Reuters. I would play it, I just don't want to get copyright. Said it will end. But very interesting, guys. 2021, maybe, in fact, even crazier than the year 2020. Also, we have Tether in other news, guys. Tether mints more coins to break $60 billion in market cap for the first time. And notice, we're at a $61 billion market cap last time I checked. And I remember just a few months ago, we were talking about this when it was at like 31 billion. And it's already essentially doubled. Absolutely crazy. Scroll down right here. Just a quick little paragraph right here I want to share. Founded in 2014, Tether USDT is a major stablecoin pegged at a 1-to-1 exchange ratio with the US dollar. As the world's largest stablecoin, Tether currently represents 60% of the $100 billion combined, or the 100 billion combined stablecoin capitalization. According to data from CoinGecko, USDT's biggest rival is USDC. And this is of, again, Circle, the big fintech group that Brian Brooks seems to be an advocate of, and I'm an advocate of Circle as well. And FYI, Brian Brooks was the acting comptroller of currency under Trump's administration, overseeing literally the OCC, and now he's gone to become the CEO of Binance US, and people still don't believe that crypto is here to stay and that this is a legitimate asset class. I have nothing to tell them. Unbelievable. So is ranked the 8th largest crypto by market value with a market cap of $20 billion. So coming close behind. So we're going to keep an eye on that. And I also wanted to point this out. So I know we've all covered this with CNBC in the 50 or the 50 disruptor list. Ripple's been on this list before year over year, but 2021, we can see Robinhood is number 1, Wall Street's frenemy. We got Stripe, got a few other groups that we've heard of course. And you can Flutterwave. This is a RippleNet partner, of course. You can tie them into Africa. Really obvious obvious ties, and King Solomon found some really interesting things in the past, and Flutterwave asked to kind of delete some posts on Twitter in the past, if you guys remember that. Was that 2019? I don't even remember at this point. But yeah, Ripple, number 38. And I did like the picture of choice that they have. I found it to be pretty interesting, of course. So we're gonna stick with that, of course. Phoenix rising from the ashes. What else we got? And of course, instead of sharing this with the Phoenix picture, talk about the $10 billion valuation. Keep in mind, this valuation, this $10 billion, in 2018 was when Ripple was valued at $10 billion. And Coinbase was valued at $8 billion. And now Coinbase has had one of the largest IPOs in history in terms of cryptocurrency. What do you think Ripple will be at after this regulatory clarity? Also, Anders L pointing this out, and I love that he pointed this out. So as you know, Apple Pay has implemented Interledger Protocol. We've just been talking about this with Mojaloop, right? And this isn't conjecture, this is fact. Apple Pay has implemented it. They've used it, like things of this nature. And we can see Apple is looking for someone with crypto experience to lead partnership efforts on alternative payments, according to a new job post. Very interesting. And this is shared by CoinDesk, I almost said Coinbase. And it really does make you wonder, guys. Really makes you wonder. So anyways, we're going to keep moving. And interestingly enough, we already know that Apple has been quoted as saying, even Stephen Thomas, former CTO of Ripple, and he's working on Coil now for micropayments using XRP Ledger as streaming payments. And stick around because we're going to mention Forte as well with the $100 million investment. Stephen Thomas said that literally Apple, complimenting ILP Coil, literally calling it the Amazon Prime of the internet. And this was several years ago. So yes, I think we can speculate how much more has been going on behind the scenes as well. All right, a few other things. Let's see. Now, the good stuff. This is shared by King Solomon, guys. Ripple partner Forte, FYI, Ripple donated $100 million to Forte. And they're still active, and guess what they're building? Interoperable cross-chain non-fungible token swaps, and we have a patent right here. So we have platforms such as Polkadot, their native token DOT, and of course, like Kusama in the sandbox environment. You got Cosmos, their native token, or crypto, Atom, AOTOM, or ATOM, excuse me. And then we have IBC and Interledger. Boom, Interledger Protocol. So what is IBC really quick? Before we kind of go over this patent, you can see this blockchain cross-chain non-fungible token interoperability Forte Labs. So very cool. And just, this was from 2020. So really good catch when it was filed. We can see that it was officially published just on May 6th. So just a couple weeks ago. So King Solomon, guys, if you're not following him, XRP_owl. Very smart guy. And again, thank you for the tag as well. So what is IBC? I know we've talked about this. IBC stands for Inter-Blockchain Communication. Essentially, this is just a protocol that allows blockchains to connect to each other. Now, I just wanted to read this right here. There are two options for connecting blockchains this way. Either build an inter-blockchain communication protocol connection from each blockchain to every blockchain or every other blockchain, but this could make for a lot of bridges that have to be built and tailored specifically to each blockchain's particularities. Or option 2, connect all the blockchains to a single hub, a single circle that routes all the transactions and makes sure that they reach their destination. I choose the latter, option 2. So very cool, guys. And yet again, it's not saying there's going to be one crypto that wins. It's all about interoperability. Next, we have this. So blockchain, and this is a quote, may be an existential threat to fidelity, institutional head says. And I know this is, kind of attention, like clickbaity, but truth be told, this is true. This is all about disintermediation, getting rid of the middlemen. So Fidelity, Vanguard, these huge providers, they're well aware of it. And of course, there's still going to be things and avenues they'll do to make tons of money. I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. I'm not silly. But this still is true, and it's going to completely re-architect the infrastructure. So I just want to read this part. In some sense, it's an existential threat to what we do, said Mike Durbin, head of Fidelity Institutional at CoinDesk's Consensus 2021. And we know Brad Garlinghouse and a variety of other projects have spoken here that the threat is getting attention from the very top of the global giant. There is the intellectual curiosity of what this technology could do for us, or to us, I like that, over the coming years. Durbin said in a conversation with the Block's Frank Chaparro, cryptocurrency just happens to be the tip of the spear. Absolutely. People come to crypto, they think it's all about just invisible internet money, making money out of thin air and gambling, when in reality, the underlying technology is actually going to change the game forever. And that's why You know, people that come in, chase quick money, pump and dumps, and they want to go after all these random tokens that completely could rug pull you or don't even have sound codes. You could actually lose all your money via a faulty smart contract, but people don't want to think about that. They want to imagine turning their $100 into $1 million overnight. So they're not really paying attention to this, but these smart people understand, or they get a taste and they mess up and they do things wrong, and they've been here since. Whether they're building, whether they're investing, you name it. This space is here to stay. All right. Next, wanted to touch on this. I know I covered this the other video, but South Africa, one of the, again, BRICS nations, BRICS, we have their central bank starts research on retail-focused digital currencies. Now, this is kind of misleading. Starts research? Well, maybe starting on this retail focus side, but just read this. The central bank has been working on a blockchain-based system for interbank clearance and settlements since at least 2018. So, at least the past 3 years, claiming in that year to have had spectacular success with a proof of concept project. Interesting. Now, also to note right here, we can see at the same time, this is the South African Reserve Bank, SARB, said it was to trial the Quorum blockchain, then owned by JP Morgan. Of course, it was then acquired by Consensus. So, massive Ethereum holdings. I'm an Ethereum fan, believe it or not, like it or not. And I do find that to be pretty interesting. So you're seeing more and more countries, post these articles talking about CBDC investigation and roadmaps and getting pushback, blah, 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 blah. But this is just showing you the trend is your friend on the macro, and this digitalization is going to happen. Overall, I mean, I think it's obvious because it's all about control as well. Not to sound dark, but control, but also transparency. There's always a silver lining. And to finish things up with on a good note, we have Mr. Whale, guys. So Warren Buffett is worth $100 billion. And I bet that he would pay $99 billion to be 40 years old again. Time is our greatest asset. And I'm just stealing a quote right here as well. Time is free, but it's priceless. So do what counts, guys. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. Be sure to like and sub, and I will catch you in the next one.